Wahay, a couple of my favourite subjects, certification and methodologies. Well, sort of, kind of, if you know what I mean. Following my PM Ghana PM versus CM gig, there were loads of questions, to be honest, asked, but I've only actually chosen duo. One was, what are your thoughts on taking the Prosize Certification, which is a must to be successful as an official change manager? The other question was, what are your thoughts on CCMP, Certified Change Management Professional? Again, unfortunately, there are no names against the questions, as one person didn't want their name used and the other person had not yet answered my mail requesting to do so. So it's anonymous, but they are real questions, honestly, Gov. Yes. No matter. It's an important enough subject to do a UAsk I Answer, like I said. Now, I could be extremely cynical here, as most of you know what my thoughts on certification and methodologies are, but I will try and put that aside and answer as best I can in an honest and non-judgmental way. I'll give it a go anyway. Okay, I'll try. Honest, I'll try. I've actually written about these two subjects on LinkedIn before, way back in 2014. Seems like years ago. Yes, it is years ago. 7 years ago, in fact. One article was called Change Management, Do You Need to Be Certified? Which actually is my most viewed on LinkedIn, with over 26,700 views, 292 reactions and 131 comments. The other article was simply called Change Management Methodologies, but not quite as successful as the other one. It had just over 2,500 views, 57 reactions and 16 comments, 16. Just go to my LinkedIn profile and you'll find them under articles, if you want to read them, that is. So let's go without further ado. Let's start with what Prosai and the CCMP say about their offerings, shall we? Prosai say that their change management certification program gives you the knowledge, the skills and tools you need to drive a successful change initiative. Cool. CCMP say that the CCMP is a credential created by change practitioners for change practitioners, which will recognise your knowledge, experience and change management. Cool again. There's a third though, not forgetting the Change Management Institute. They do actually accreditation, not certification, about which they say, we are committed to the creation, evolution and promotion of professional standards for change management. Nice words, guys, really nice words. Let's move on, shall we? Hey? Getting back to the questions specifically related to Prosai and the CCMP, which is what we're talking about, which is the questions that were asked. What are your thoughts on taking the Prosai certification, which is a must to be successful as an official change manager? Sharp intake of breath before I go on. Right, let me be candid. You know I always am. Prosai, in my humble opinion, is not a must to be successful as an official change manager. Yes, it's tried and tested. Yes, it's successful. And yes, it's well known. But it's certainly not a must. Well, I guess it might be in the context of the fact that a lot of recruiters now are asking for Prosai when organisations are looking for change managers. It's easy for recruiters to discount CVs that don't have Prosai in them, isn't it? Yes, I'm being cynical. So if you think 3 days at over $4,000 is worthwhile investment, then who am I? to stand in your way. Just go for it. Next up, what are your thoughts on CCMP, Certified Change Management Professional? The CCMP was developed based on the ACMP's industry-leading standard for change management. That defines best practices in change management. Sorry. My personal opinion is that there are no best practices in change management, as every single change initiative is different and will have numerous and variable challenges associated with it. I actually think that the words best practice are misleading, because who is to say exactly what best practice is? Me? I'm not going to tell you. My training is best practice. I'm going to tell you it's well received or whatever. I would prefer the term good practice or suggested practice. Okay? Sensible? I don't know. Think about it. But again, if CCMP gets your goat, then I'm not the one to stand in your way. Just to remind you, with both Prosai and CCMP, you are taught their way of change management, which doesn't necessarily fit with all change management scenarios. Just to emphasize that point, I have some mentees on my books who come to me regularly to ask my advice on specific project-related challenges. They are Prosai qualified. They have a Prosize certification. You can work out for yourself that message I'm trying to give over. Okay? Have a think about it. Right, moving on. So, if you want to go through their training, it's their way or the highway. Talking of the highway, what a great segue into my next bit. Did you know that the Highway of Change, my company, has its own fundamentals of change management training, part of which is their own practical framework approach to change? And guess what? Yes, we offer a certificate as well, but it only says that you attended the course, not that you are certified in the framework. But of course, you can use it like many other trainees do who have gone through my course. Not a problem. But obviously, it's not recognised certificate, although the people that have attained it are actively using their certificate when they're applying for change management jobs. And to be honest, my fundamentals of change management course is getting a hell of a lot of traction recently. Have a quick look on LinkedIn at my latest trainee from Texas and the feedback he gave me. Okay, but did you know that Prosize, ACMP and ACMP's CCMP, God, put my teeth in, are not the only game in town for change management certification? There are many organisations offering change management training and certification, plus business schools and universities. It's a veritable minefield out there. So please, when you're looking around for any kind of training or certification in change management, be careful where you tread. Okay? When I originally wrote my article, the certification article I'm talking about, I did what I call a quick and dirty piece of analysis on some of these, and I found that they all contain a very similar DNA. They're typically between 3 to 5 days. They all seem to have some kind of test exam at the end, mainly multiple choice. Their training is based on their specific methodology. They all cost, now I was going to say a fortune, but I'm not. I'm going to say they all cost a fair bit. Yeah. I don't think, to be honest, much has changed since I wrote those articles, but I haven't done any research or anything like that to prove that point. So I'm kind of just saying that off the top of my head. Yeah, that's it. Another one done. Not sure when the next one will be, although I have a PMI Vietnam chapter session on the 14th, so maybe a question or two from that. And come on, you people who listen to my videos, send me in some questions. If I haven't already covered them in the, I think this is the 32nd video now, if I haven't already covered them in the 32 videos so far, I'll answer the question if I consider it is going to be useful for either budding change managers or new change managers or change managers who've been in the field for ages. Okay, that's what I do and I enjoy it. Okay, so send me in your questions. Thank you very much. Arrivederci until we meet again.